So in 1987, Belinda Carlisle released a song which had the lyric, "Heaven is a place on earth." She was probably talking about her fella. But in 1987, I was working as a photographer on board a cruise ship around the Mediterranean. The year before, I was in the Caribbean, photographing passages there on a cruise ship. And I thought, in 1987, heaven is Barbados or Curacao or Antigua or something like that. But I was wrong. I think Belinda Carlisle was a photographer, and I think she's been here because this place where I'm standing at the moment is heaven for photographers. It's the best place to come, in my opinion, and for me, the best place that I've ever seen. Welcome to Lofoten. Have a look at this. So welcome to episode 1, day 1. Actually, it's day 2 because yesterday we had 3 flights to get here. Left home at 2:30 in the morning, arrived here about 7 o'clock, having visited the co-op and got some provisions. And we didn't really know what was here. We kind of had hints of it as we were driving through, but today is the first proper day. It's going to be a scouting day because the weather forecast is not great, to be honest. It's lashing down with rain. So it's going to be a day handheld. Going to be going in the car, going to have the camera in the footwell, and we may get out, but the problem is going to be the rain, I think. But if I just show you what we've got behind us and what we've got in store for us, it's amazing. Come on, have a look at this. I hope you can hear me all right. But we've got the big mountains there. Just opened the door. I'll let me shut it actually. It'll blow us off. And there is got the mountains there. Look at the light already. And there's a wow. That was a bad idea. Anyway, as I was saying, this kind of weather conditions is really good for photography. The light changes so quickly. It still looks great and there's lots of drama involved. So quite looking forward to doing this. Very kind of different, but when the weather is really awful, get yourself out anyway. Get yourself as protected as you can from the weather and go and shoot some stuff. So we're going to go to a place called O, which is written like this, just a capital A, and it's north. Now, what's been really good about this trip is that myself and Sean have done the logistics, we've booked everything. Gary, though, is fantastic at location spotting, and he's marked a big Google map with different photo locations, hotspots, and we're going to go and visit them. And we think that O probably hasn't got so much to offer, so we're going to go and check that out today. And if we decide that actually there's some pictures we really want to come back to, we'll come back and shoot them another day. We're promised snow in 2 days' time for the rest of the week. At the moment, the temperature is 5 degrees, and by the end of the week, it's going to be -1 plus a chill factor. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we're going to get some epic conditions. And actually, what's going to happen is we're going to end up with different sorts of conditions. We can shoot a picture in this condition, and then in the snow, and it's going to look very different, which is going to give us a lot more images. Right, let's go and get in the car. Right, so shot one of the day. Weather's not particularly nice 'cause it's raining a lot, but found some really nice red huts. So quite a fancy photographing, and the sea looks wonderful. It might be better with a mountain in the background, but weather like this is just really atmospheric, so it's worth shooting, even if we just shoot it again. Let me just spin you around and I'll show you the shot. That looks brilliant. Right, let's shoot that. Handheld on the Z8, 24-200. Here it comes now. Hope you can see me in here. Hoods up. The rain has stopped just for a second, but you can look at that for a scene. But the wind, when it comes through here, nearly takes you off your feet. It's absolutely incredible. But we're stopped at this lovely, lovely stilted little house. There's a yellow one in the background. We've got some mountains, got some epic skies. I put the polarizer on the Z8, you can't see it. Hand holding still, but I've polarized it just to get rid of a bit of the glare off the top of the water there. And the shot one with this bridge and a wider one, so we've got several shots to choose from. I'm not sure what I'm going to show you. Well, I might do actually. I might show you the selection and see what you think. I'm quite enjoying this bashing around in the car, finding something and stopping. I mean, if this was in Essex, where I live, I would never probably leave. I just wouldn't leave this province. There's so much stuff to photograph here. It's unbelievable. It's, as I said earlier, photographer's paradise. It really, really is great. And we've promised this week epic weather, so it's supposed to snow in a couple of days' time. And I might well come and photograph this again because I love this picture. So nice. Just got to hold on really tight when the wind comes in. Right, here come the images. See what I think of these. Right, they stopped raining just, so it's a bit squally, but we've just stopped at Anita's Seafood, had a cookie and a latte, and we've come to photograph the very famous Sakrisøy shot, I think it's called. Here we are. So a little yellow house. Let me just zoom in a little bit so I can show you. A little yellow fishing hut underneath this beautiful mountain, which is going to be great. So I put on the 24-200 again. I've been using wide angle, but obviously this needs to be compressed far back as you can get without falling off the car park. Just waiting for a few people to move and then shoot the shot. So, the rain I think is kind of stopped, but I like it because it's coming in there, look. And we are staying literally just behind where you are. That is our look, and if we ever get an aurora this week, or if we get an aurora this week, that's what we're going to look at, and it's fantastic. So I've clambered down to this rather slippery shoreline, and there's so much to play with there. I've got some boulders in. I've got different viewpoints. I've got the tripod really low, using the 14-30 on this. I can't really show you because it's, even though you may not be able to hear the wind because I've got my back to it, it really is blowing. I'm hanging on tight and it's very slippery. But I'm really pleased with these. I think these are my favourite pictures from the first day so far. We may go and shoot the famous Hamnøy bridge shot very shortly. We're just going to have a cup of coffee as we're right outside the house, just to dry off and have a quick look at the images. But then Hamnøy maybe the sunset. Now, it's been difficult, it's been tough today because the weather is blowy, but that and those are the conditions that you want in Norway for me, because look at that sky, just moody. It makes it really difficult to work, but it makes the images so dramatic and so great. And I'm really pleased with the output of or the images that I've shot so far today. Found it really hard to shoot handheld. It feels like snapping with your hand holding, so I'm glad I've got the tripod out for this particular shot and really work the composition. But I'm hoping you'll agree this is one of my favourite shots. This is going to go in the portfolio. I'm sure they're going to say that loads of times this week. Right, let's go have a cup of coffee and I'll see you later on at Hamnøy. And so I'm finishing day one, day two at the famous Hamnøy bridge shot. And if you look behind me, that's the village of Hamnøy. And look at that marvellous scene. This is the hot spot. Whoa! I hope you can hear me all right. Must be mad. This is the village of Hamnøy at sunset, such as it is. But as you can see, it's very blowy. I mean, it's squally. 1 minute it's all right, the next minute it does that. And I'm holding on with one hand to the tripod. I've got my foot on my camera bag. But this is the space, this is the shot to get. This is the shot I've wanted to get for about 10 years since I first saw it. An absolutely amazing shot of Hamnøy. We're going to shoot this several times, I think, over the next few days. This is probably not even the best, but we were staying in the place and we're literally 4 minutes down the road, so we decided that we might as well come out as the light looked like it was going to be good. And it had stopped raining, but the weather changes so quickly, and probably if I saw it now I wouldn't be bothering. But you're photographing this from a bridge. I've taken the centre column out of the tripod, out of Winston, because I wanted to save a bit of space in the case. Plus I wanted to get really low down to some of these foreground rocks. And which means I could do with the centre column a little bit, so I want to get slightly higher than this bridge. But I've been holding on to it. I've done some shots. Next time I come out, I think I'll bring my other tripod, which has got a centre column, so we'll do that. People walking past me on the way back to the car. I'm going to go and sit back in the car now, but I think that's a shot that works if I can hold on to everything. I will see you next week when we've promised snow, so hopefully some more hot spots in Lofoten with some lovely weather from a very windy Norway. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, do so. Hit the bell so you can see next week's episode. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.